For more on the climate crisis, John Muir Memorial Chair of Geography and founding director of the Water Resources Group, Glen MacDonald. Glenn, scientists say that climate change is making these heat waves more frequent, causing things like droughts and wildfires. Just how concerned should Americans be about the climate crisis right now?
I think they should be very concerned. Pick up the paper, turn on your television. Massive heat wave going from Las Vegas to the East Coast. Boston, multiple days at triple digits, breaking temperature records. The Pacific Northwest heading into another heat dome. Last year, over 90 people directly or indirectly killed by that. Lake Mead, Lake Powell, 28% capacity. The water that 40 million people depend on, threatened. And then, of course, the wildfires. Over 5 million acres in the western United States has burned already. We might be heading towards another 10 million acre record year. California, in fact, has started off slowly. So everywhere you look, there's reason for concern.
It does, and not only here in the U.S., but Europe as well. We're seeing these scorching temperatures. Now, researchers suggest that wildfire season could be prolonged because of this. Is that a fair assessment?
Absolutely. We're already seeing that in California. We're having warmer winters. We're drying out faster here. So the fire season starts earlier in the spring. And then we stay hot. Those fuels are very, very dry. And it persists later into the fall. Here in Southern California, we essentially are now facing a 365-day-a-year fire season at lower elevations. So
what needs to happen here, Glenn? How do we turn the tide? What needs to be done to save our planet?
Well, there's adaptation and there's mitigation, right? Adaptation is we're not going to dodge the bullet here. We're not going to suddenly take all the CO2 and methane and greenhouse gases out of the atmosphere and dodge this bullet. So we need adaptation. We need fire-smart planning. We need replanting of trees like the 1.2 billion tree initiative that the federal government is doing. We need all sorts of things that we can do on the ground. Better management of our water resources, for example, cutting back. But we also need to look at mitigating, which is that we're going to have to somehow decrease the load of greenhouse gases in the atmosphere. That's a longer term proposition. It's going to take an international effort. You mentioned, though, the trees being planted. President Biden saying the government will plant 1 billion trees as climate change kills our forests. But, just last week, President Biden stopped short of declaring a climate emergency, and instead he issued some modest executive orders. Do you agree with that? I mean, should President Biden have issued an emergency declaration, and what would that have really meant? No, that's an excellent question. I mean, if we take a look at the whole a series of things which are happening right now this summer, from water resources to fire to extreme heat. I mean, this is a crisis. And I think for many climate scientists like myself, things are happening faster than we thought. On the other hand, there's a political reality that people are facing a potential recession. They are hurting at the gas pumps in a major way. They're having problems because rents are so high, housing prices are so high. And then, of course, we still are in a pandemic. How many crises can people take? And so I can also understand why the federal government is being a little bit cautious. We have a lot of, in a sense, crisis facing us right now. Climate is a big one. It's going to stay with us. We need to tackle it. But I also understand that it's one of a whole plethora of challenges that is facing this nation and the world.
Unprecedented times. Glen MacDonald, thanks for your perspective. We appreciate it.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.